Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bart Winkler. Welcome into the Winklerverse. We are coming to you. This huge operation that we have. It's me in my basement today. Great to be with you. However, you're digesting the audio here. It's just going to be me riffing. Like and subscribe any way you can. It helps. If you've come this far, literally 30 seconds in, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps. So the Packers go to Brazil and they lose 34-29. And there's a lot to chew on in this game. I think the Jordan Love stuff is the biggest concern. The game itself felt too much like the playoff game against San Francisco, where they had so many opportunities and chances to win. And then guess what? They did not win. Andy Herman, who we love, Pack a Day Podcast, he's got this whole list that he tweeted out at Andy Herman NFL of all the things in rewatching the game that were a problem. He said, finish the rewatch, a couple of mistakes to note, and I'm sorry to totally just steal his content. I mean, I don't want to read all 39 of these, but there are so many different things that happen. False start, 12 men on the field, false start on fourth down and to punt instead of go for it. Missed protection on his Akbon sack. Holding in the red zone. Wicks drop. Love misses Watson. Wicks slips. Jair missed tackle. A missed potential pick six by Nixon. I can't read it all. The interception. So many things. So you could check out our guy Andy for that stuff. It is just a litany of things that happen in this game. Not that the Eagles didn't have their problems as well. This was a game where two teams made a lot of mistakes, and it was going to be who makes the least mistakes, or at least who is able to capitalize on their opportunities. And that's the big takeaway I'm getting again with Matt LaFleur, who once again, in a one-score game, kicked a field goal to make it a one-score game. That kind of trend needs to stop. I'm also not on board. I didn't like it when they were going to do this. I'm not on board with, hey, we made an extra point. Oh, they were offsides? Well, let's take the point off the board and go for 2 from the 1. I don't like that that's an automatic thing. Take the point. You got the point, because then you're playing weird math games the rest of the time. They missed a field goal, which obviously was crucial. Their longest made field goal was from 31 yards. They had 3 field goals, and Narvison's longest made field goal was from 31 yards. That means you are going for it way too much in the red zone. And the big kind of turnaround in this game was at the end of the first half when the Eagles, it looked like they might punt or kick a field goal. They instead went for it and had a nice 10-point sandwich around halftime. So a lot in this game that was very concerning in terms of, hey, if those things don't happen, we win. We mentioned the NFC Championship game against Seattle all the time, 15, 16 different things. If one of them doesn't happen, Packers go to the Super Bowl. In this game, Andy Herman, 39 of them he listed just on a rewatch, and he could have maybe even been more meticulous about it and found some more mistakes. I think the biggest mistake is that they went to Brazil in the first place. I'm going to be that guy. I was on air live on the Infinity Sports Network. I've got a show 9 to 1 Central, 9 to 1 Central. And I was on, and I believe I'm mature enough to be able to be on the air while my team is playing a football game. It's very hard, but I believe that I can do that. There was one segment that I was struggling. I was talking about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and then the Packers, it was that series where first down, they stopped the Eagles, flag, but it was on the Eagles. Second down, they stopped the Eagles, flag. Third down, stopped the Eagles, flag. I was on the Packers. So I melted down. I had to say something. But I was on the air live when Jordan Love got hurt. I can be on the air live when my team loses. To be on the air live when Jordan Love gets hurt, it was some awkward radio. Basically, what I did was I was like, I can't speak. I'm just saying words to continue to speak. I don't know what to say. I'm trying. I know I have to give you content. I know that's my job. So I will keep this train rolling and not have dead air. But right now I am trying to process my thoughts. I can't think before I speak. I can't even think after I speak. I can't even think right now as I watch my quarterback laying on the field. And that is the big question about what is going to be the diagnosis with Jordan Love. We'll talk more Jordan Love. Reminder, Happy Place Hemp. Promo code is Bart. 25% every single offer. Every single offer. You can go to happyplacehemp.com. They're in Muskego if you want to get there in person, but the promo code is 25% off. They've got more seltzers. They had the 10 milligram. Now you can get to 5, or you can get up to the 20. Different flavors, so check those out. With the seltzers, free shipping after $60. Otherwise, free shipping on everything after $25. Usually, you'll be covered on that. But again, promo code is BART, B-A-R-T, gummies, tinctures, all that stuff. Check them out, happyplacehemp.com. For every win that Green Bay gets throughout the season, that will add to the total of the discount at the end of the season. But right now, we had nothing, as they did not win. So when Jordan Love goes down, that sucks. And the worst thing that happens in today's day and age is these Twitter doctors. These blue checkmark Twitter doctors, they've got to diagnose everything. These guys are 8,000 miles away telling me what they're seeing. I'm seeing the same thing. Oh, but you're a doctor, so you can see the video different? You know who can see the video different? Nobody. The people that are actually seeing the body. I do believe, well, telehealth is a great thing. You can call your doctor on a Zoom and talk about stuff. To take a blood test, you still need to stick a needle in your arm. To diagnose an injury, you still need to have the body in front of you and get your actual hands on it. We can't AI this kind of doctoring. And why are there so many of them? Why are there so many of them? You know why? Because the real doctors are seeing their patients. They don't have time to be watching sports, watching football. One guy goes, well, judging on the injury, it's hard to tell. Oh, thanks, Doc. What's the point of this? So Jordan Love was cramping throughout the game. There are reports now, they're saying his ACL's intact. So we're either looking MCL or high ankle or whatever. Either way, he's going to be out either 0 to an extended amount of time. Should the Packers have done better to get a better backup quarterback? Malik Willis, I don't know what that throw was. It was rough. And I don't think Malik Willis was expecting to play. Do they go get a Ryan Tannehill? I love that Ryan Tannehill has become go get Ryan Tannehill. Like he's just this guy that's waiting to be gotten. Yes, I'm a great quarterback, but only in case of emergency. Ryan Tannehill's level of expectation of what we think he's going to be is rising because he's the only other option available. It's like with Joe Flacco last year, but then Joe Flacco comes in, plays well, wins comeback player of the year over a dead guy. I mean, we can't be hedging our Super Bowl hopes on a Ryan Tannehill. Should they have done a better job to have a better backup quarterback? I think the answer to that is always going to be yes, but I'm not playing the backup quarterback game until it's time to play the backup quarterback game. Maybe Malik Willis has to start the game. Maybe we see what that's like. I saw some people think that they'll still be favored over the Colts if Malik Willis starts. I don't think that that's true. Colts won 9 games last year. Colts are an AFC South contender. I don't care where the game is. Malik Willis isn't that good. Neither is Ryan Tannehill. And Jordan Love is. I had a guy call me and say, did you see enough? Is that the guy you want to pay $55 million to? Some of these callers that call in, they try to take the approach that they're trying to lecture me. Or they know more than me. And maybe they do. But if you're going to call a show, let's just be approached at an even setting line. Especially if you're a biased fan. I got a Bears fan calling me trying to tell me this is why Jordan Love's not worth $55 million. I mean, aren't you biased when you're saying that? Oh, change of take. If Rodgers and the Jets play the Bears in the Super Bowl, I will root for Aaron Rodgers. I have to change my take just based on last night because I look at my Twitter looking for Jordan Love injuries, so I'm looking at Jordan Love. Once I block all these stupid fake-ass doctors, I still can't find anything because it's a bunch of Bears fans celebrating. Or not even celebrating. That's a Minnesota thing. But saying, oh, see, Jordan Love sucks. Look at this interception. Jordan Love sucks. Jordan Love sucks. I knew it. I knew it. Jordan Love sucks. Jordan Love doesn't suck. If Caleb Williams has the performance that Jordan Love had, if Caleb Williams has the same performance on Sunday that Jordan Love had on Friday, Bears fans are going to be talking about how he's the MVP. They will. And they'd be great to get that performance. I just think that Bears fans are too obsessed with Packers fans. And now I'm bringing up the Bears fans, so it's like I'm upset. I'm just pointing it out. The Bears, this is like, you got a great city, you got a great team, you got a great fan base, you got a great history. I know things have been rough as of late, but you got some new direction, some good direction. You got a quarterback coming in here who looks like he's the part. But yet you watch a Friday night game, watch a Friday night game and just watch a Friday night game without making it about Bears Packers. Not one single person outside of Bears fandom cares about Bears Packers like you, not even Packers fans. You got to stop obsessing. A Packers loss is not a Bears win. You're not going to look in the standings and see it. So stop doing it. It's too much. It's enough. And it's annoying. And you're stupid for doing it. So you need to knock that off. Going to Brazil, like I said, I think it was a mistake. I don't like that they went there. Here's the thing I have with that. You're playing a regular season game, a high-profile regular season game, the second game of the season, in a place you've never played before. Should at least a test run be necessary? They have a hard time trying to play in Canton every year, which is a football field. High school teams play there. They have a hard time playing on that field surface every year. For the Hall of Fame game, there's always some problem. And they still try to do it for a preseason game. You can't just throw a dart, pick a spot on a map, and go there and play an NFL football game. So I don't know. I mean, I know they're going to England now consistently, and Goodell wants a 16-game international schedule, which I told you he would. The thing that I have a problem with is the NFL is doing this obviously for greed, and the field condition was not good. I saw some video of it where after the game, it looked like Deadpool's face. Just spots and holes everywhere. Just an absolute mess. And the field was slick. Jaden Reed scored a touchdown. It's not just a Packers thing. Jaden Reed scored a touchdown because a guy slid. Like he was sliding on a slip and slide. And the Packers maybe missed some touchdowns because they fell down. And Saquon Barkley, before he was amazing, looked bad because he slipped. I mean, it shouldn't be that slick. It was 65 degrees there. It shouldn't be that slick. You got to have, if you're going to go put your product somewhere, if you're going to have an A-plus product and you're going to take it somewhere else, the product still needs to be A-plus. The thing I keep thinking back to with all this is the English Premier League for soccer. They will do preseason tours in America. They'll come and take our money that way. And we'll pack the stadiums. But they will not have their regular season games, any one of the 38. They will not come play them anywhere else. They will not play them in America, even though the American audience is ready to throw money at those games. And a lot of these teams are either partly owned or majorly owned, close enough, to or by an American. But they won't do it. The Premier League in England, soccer, has enough wherewithal to think, no, this is our product. We're going to play it on our soil. Not the case with the NFL, where they're like, hey, we got a new game. Who can I whore this one out to? What country wants us? I mean, who knows where they're going to be playing? They're going to be playing on a sheet of ice in Antarctica by 2034. Yeah, that's right. This just in global warming. So maybe next year. My God. So it was a bad game. Jaden Reed's good. I guess Tyler Kraft's the tight end one now because Musgrave disappeared. So that's a thing that we've got to talk about. And by Tyler Kraft, I mean Tucker Kraft. I knew the minute that I said it, I got it wrong. Tim will edit that in post. Where is Tim? Shay? Defense, I just think it's the first game of the year. It was a messy game. It was a chaotic game. It was in Brazil. It didn't feel real. None of that felt real. There was a game on a Thursday and then a game the next night. Hidden on a streamer. I don't know. I think the fact that Jordan Love's walking is good, but then sometimes people walk and it's not good. But he got off the plane, but how well was he walking off the plane? I think at this point you got to expect, and we're still waiting news, and I'm sure it'll come out the minute I hit publish, but I would expect him to, or I'm bracing for him to miss some time. Last night I was bracing for him to be out for the season. I think I'm getting a little more optimistic on that, especially with the ACL being intact. But this Packers team, I think if you miss a month of Jordan Love, you can make the playoffs. Malik Willis just take us to a 1-3 record, and we'll be 1-4, and we'll figure it out from there. I think he can make the playoffs. 7 teams, NFC. I think he can make the playoffs. I don't think if it's not longer than that they're going to be signing anybody. Malik's got to figure it out, or they bring Pratt back in. Call Sean Clifford back. Did he sign somewhere? So Packers lose. I'm not, again, the loss is a loss. There's 17 of these things. You can't let them stack too heavily early. The loss is a loss. I think if you look at the 2 games, the Ravens might be the second best team in the league, but they lost to Kansas City, who's the best team in the league. But there's a gap there. The Eagles, let's say they're the best team in the NFC, and let's say the Packers are the second best team in the NFC. Obviously, there's other contenders, but I don't think there's much of a gap there. Either team could have won and lost that game. LaFleur was pissed afterwards, and he should be. The Packers gave that game away. Eagles earned it when the Eagles won. They had more points. But the Packers gave that game away, and again, Matt LaFleur, these field goals, just go for it. It's like reverse Dan Campbell. But Matt LaFleur's usually good. He'll go for it. He goes for it. But then when it's in a red zone, it's like, let's take the little chip shot field goal, which is still a fingers crossed situation for us Packer fans. So gotta get a kicker and gotta get a backup quarterback. The 2 dumb storylines of the preseason are the storylines as we head into week number 2. So Jordan Love, please come back. Jordan Love, still worth the money. Jordan Love, Bears fans, do not talk about him. God, Bears fans. I really try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and then they prove themselves. They are who I thought they were. And I let them off the hook over and over and over again. So Packers, figure your shit out, man. LaFleur, come on, dude. Halfley, okay, let's do better. NFL, stop fucking going to Brazil. Once was enough. Go Pack, go.